Yo, welcome back to my first playthrough of the Bureau, XCOM Declassified. Just come back from the last mission. We're back at the XCOM base.
Carter, we've been analyzing the data you and Weaver collected from the Outsider facility. The results are unsettling. Based on the volume of contaminant found, as well as the layout of the nation's water infrastructure, we expect
over 2/3 of the population would have been infected within a few weeks if we hadn't stopped it. I can do the math.
As it is, tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands, have been infected or exposed. It's getting harder and harder to keep the outsider threat under wraps. We can't afford to have the whole country panicking. We need to do something fast.
So we're back at the base. Let's look for some new stuff.
Time to see what we
So we got a rank 4 engineer back.
got from Axis.
We got to speak with Weaver. We had to. Because we all upgraded. Oh yeah, the plasma sniper. Where's just the rifle? There is laser pulse rifle, laser SMG. Reaper pack, range enhance. There's some guys on the missions. We've got 2 minor operations to do next. We've got mission complexity 9, 10, so we'll do 9. Send 2 there. sent 2 groups off so we can have a look around. We've got to speak with Weaver. Speak with some other people first. See if there's any new dialogue. Maybe I should speak to her first.
What's with the extra security?
Oh,
Director's order, protecting the staff.
I say, there's got to be a way to stop it here.
Is now known to be spread through contaminated water reserves. Operatives and survivors
This always was a nice office.
Tell me again how it happened. We're taking cover behind the crates when suddenly my mind was just full of this one idea.
Don't you start.
Over and over again. And what was that idea? Team leader is an enemy. Kill him. Over and over. He's an enemy. Kill him. But I wasn't the one thinking it. Then what did you do then? I didn't do it. That's not the story I hear from forensics or from your remaining squad mate. It was my arm and my gun, but I wasn't the one who did it. I know what those bastards can do to a man. But from now on, any other teammate is only going to see you as a liability in the field. I know, sir. I'm reassigning you to base duty, something quiet, away from the action. You'll also see the counselor 3 times a week for therapy and monitoring, in case there are long-term effects. Understood, sir. Thank you, sir. It's just... that wasn't me. I couldn't have done a thing like that. You're in a war. That's what we all tell ourselves.
Just see if there's anything else. I haven't got a notepad. It is of crucial importance that access be taken down immediately. Please ensure our best agents are deployed to remove this critical threat.
The room won't look the same without the director in it, glowering at us.
Speak to Weaver.
Good, you're here. I need a word.
Angie, how are you doing with everything that happened?
Axis is dead. As for Pete, I lost him years ago, Will. This was just the final goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. Now, let's get back to work. We don't have much time.
What do you mean?
We were right. This attack is the precursor for a larger one. The rest of their forces will be here in hours. A day, if we're lucky.
That doesn't give us much time.
No, but we can evacuate a few towns before their attack. I've sent several squads out to get started.
Good work. But we still need to know how to get to Origin.
Already on it. The information's been isolated, but we're still figuring out the exact coordinates.
You find what you were looking for back there?
I knew putting him down wasn't going to change much. It won't bring anyone back, but I can sleep a little easier. Thanks, Will, for giving me that chance.
I want you to know. What happened with your brother back there?
Will, it's okay. You were right. It had to be done.
I only hope you'd do the same for me if it came down to it.
If it's you, I won't have to think twice.
Ah, thanks.
But thank you, Will. And I'm sure Pete would thank you too.
This strike sounds like it'll be a one-way trip.
Maybe. I'm not going to worry about it. If we die, we die. I'm going to make sure that Origin comes with us.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
I've lost as much as anyone in this war, and I'll damned well be there to finish it.
There's not a lot of time.
Understood. Go check on Weir for the target's coordinates. I'll be ready when you are.
Let's speak with Dr. Weir next.
The guy bastard is charging. Weaver and Carter got access. Took him out. Can you believe?
I heard Weaver's trying to the son of a bitch.
Look sharp, Agent. We've got a war to fight.
Hey, Agent Carter. Oh, looking good. I'd offer you a cigar, but Quartermaster says we're all out.
All base is worried about the end of the world, but you seem pretty happy with yourself. Why's that?
Why shouldn't I be? I was promoted to team lead.
Congratulations. We need more teams out there. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, well, you just wait, Carter. Maybe next time I'll be the one they're calling a hero.
I hope the agents under you are just as happy with your leadership.
Ugh, they're the worst. Always getting themselves into trouble. Who did I piss off to get saddled with a load like newcomer?
They might not be the problem.
You're right. Might be the gear. Old Webb is probably giving us junk just because he's bitter we're still out in the field.
Sure, that's what's wrong. Of course. Stopping Axis wasn't about getting glory. It was about saving the world.
Nice speech. Practicing that one for your medal ceremony?
Listen, if we can't focus on the war, there won't be any medals. Or anyone left to give them.
Sure, that's why you're volunteering for the mission to save the Earth.
We're all working towards the same goal. Don't blame me if I get the big missions. There's no shortage of things that need to get done.
Sure, securing supplies and evacuating civilians. Can't make a name for yourself by scavenging and fleeing.
No, but you can save a lot of lives. If you'll excuse me, I've got to prepare for the big mission.
Sure, just rub it in.
So there's me, crouched down, just peeking out over cover between shots. Meanwhile, newcomers across the way. And I'm over there shouting at him, waving my arms around, trying to get him to look. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Then I see I'm hiding behind a damn barrel full of gasoline. That's a mistake you don't make twice. Yeah. But what's worse, that's where Percy wanted me. If it wasn't for Santiago, I wouldn't have made it back. How so? I put his shield up for him. Just in time, too. Remind me to buy those lab rats a drink for those shields. We sure could have used those back in my day. Great, spotted.
Drone deployed. Blob out. Set up a turret.
Setting up a turret.
Lifting. Make him hurt.
Draw the bead.
Huh. Got a drone insectoid out.
Ones that run right at you? I could do
I'll
without
have to
that.
go to the lab. Well, I'll go to this other place around the corner first.
Here out. It's been an honor to serve with you.
Individuals encountered in the field cannot be trusted despite valid credentials. Enemy lookalikes are impossible to detect without screening. Remain vigilant at all times.
Looks like you're finally gonna get to take a ride in this death trap, huh?
Wrong. You're the one taking the ride. I get to be the one flying it.
You think it's ready for the trip?
It's you and the rest of the team I'm worried about. This beauty is all ready, assuming you can help me with one last detail.
You got a platoon of engineers and mechanics on this thing. What do you need me for?
Everything's up and running, but we're picking up evidence of leaks in the fuel system. Problem is, they're too small for us to spot with the naked eye.
Leaks? Should I be wearing a hazmat suit?
Nothing that dangerous, but it could cause a fuel leak in the field, or an explosive chain reaction.
If it'll keep this contraption in one piece, count me in. But how am I supposed to help?
If you scan the Avenger with that thing on your arm, you should be able to detect the leaks. Point them out to us and we'll handle the rest.
That's all? Walk in the park, Barnes.
Scan for microleaks on the Avenger hull.
How big a flight crew does the Avenger take? Who's coming with us?
She can carry a small army, but half of that's gonna be pilots, engineers, and scientists.
I don't want to hang around any longer than we have to. No way I'm holding off a charging muton while the lab rats are catching alien butterflies.
Don't worry, Carter. They all know the top priority is getting out alive.
What are you worried about us for? Think we're gonna make a mess in your new toy?
You might, unless you've gone through high G training and didn't tell me.
So it's gonna be that kind of ride, huh?
I'll just say this. If I have to do any evasive maneuvers, you'd better hold on to your barf bag with both hands.
Better load up.
Just buckle up in there and I'll take care of the rest.
Must have to go down there. Oh, we do. Or do we? Oh, we do have to go down there.
Found one of the micro leaks. You're leaking fuel here.
Okay, now track the pipe back to its valve and shut that off.
Looks like that one wasn't busted. Open it up and try another.
Reports of sightings. We're picking up communication of potential Avengers sightings from shortwave radio signals. The chat seems mostly harmless, and it is this man's opinion that it couldn't matter less if some survivor sees our baby, our new baby.
You slowed fueling. Try opening that valve again and then try another. Not that one. Follow the pipes from the leak to the valve. That's all of them.
Right, let's have a little look around. Oh no, we can't, it's blocked off. Go back to Barnes.
That all you needed?
Just the last touches, yeah. And you might be interested to know you helped the techs track down a design flaw.
Flaw? What sort of flaw?
Nothing big enough to cause a problem, but they think they can get another 2, maybe 3% efficiency out of the engine.
We don't have time for a complete overhaul.
No, of course not. But they want to try some new layouts. Might help if we ever need to make a fleet of these babies.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
So we can check the lab now.
Report. Despite defeat of Invasion Commander Axis, there are no signs of disarray among outsider forces. Increased Mosaic communications are believed to have minimized. Good job out there, Carter. Just hope it makes a difference.
Mein Gott! Be careful mit that delirium!
Things seem scattered. What's going on?
Volkers had my best men working on a Special edition for the Avenger. I hardly have time for our latest breakthrough.
Special edition. I don't like surprises, Doc.
Not to worry, William. Just a small contingency plan. But in the course of its development, we made a most remarkable discovery.
So what did you discover, Doc?
It is a cure for the sleepwalker infection. Or a possible cure, at least. It has yet to be tested on a live subject, but Dr. Hera has high hopes.
Suppose I can't blame him.
There is no way to put a simple number on that, my boy. We have a real chance, and that is more than we have had since this war began.
But if you were a betting man?
If I were a betting man, I would find a way to rig the system so that I would win. Because if I were a betting man, you can be assured that I would also be a cheating man.
Well, I'm glad you're cheating for our team, then. Suppose I can't blame him.
There is...
But if I were a... Well, I'm glad... You said you're adding something to the Avenger. Isn't a flying saucer impressive enough?
I apologize, William, but Director Falk has demanded total secrecy on this project. Even the different teams do not know the full details of how their creations will be used.
That doesn't inspire a lot of trust, Doc.
I understand, William. I truly do. But Herr Falk saw how information about the Avenger got out, and he has no intention for that to happen once again.
Suppose I can't blame him. So you think you have a cure for the sleepwalkers?
One of Dr. Weir's projects involves disrupting the connection to Mosaic. With some minor modification, and the medical assistance of Dr. Hera, I believe it could partially reverse the effects of the infection.
Even a partial cure is better than nothing. Can I do anything to help?
Actually, yes. Dr. Hera has asked if you could assist with the first human test.
Why me? I'm no doctor.
I do not know his reasonings, but I am inclined to trust his judgment. If you have time, of course.
To find a cure, I'll make the time.
Wunderbar. He is preparing in the observation lab, and when you are finished, I would appreciate your report.
We've both got a lot to get done.
Indeed, William. In the next hours, we will decide the course of human history.
One way or another.
Continue to look around.
That's everything we need. Run those to the director and tell him I'll meet him at the hangar. Ah, Carter.
So we've got to talk to
Just in
Dr.
time.
Hara.
With refined Illyrian like this,
We'll speak to him first, and we'll go back to Dresner.
Good. Heinrich finally sent you. Let's get started.
How am I supposed to help? You're the doctors here, not me.
The treatment has to attack the infection in a few ways. Medically, technologically, and psychologically. You're here for the last part.
So what will I be doing in there? I'm no surgeon.
Nurse Campbell will be handling all of the medical procedures and assisting you. We just need you to be an active participant and be ready to respond as he begins to come around.
What should I expect?
It's sort of like waking a sleeping child. They're trapped in a dream world, and you have to bring them out of it. Give them a reason to wake up.
Hell, why don't you just smack them? Always worked on me when I was a kid.
No. It can't be that violent or distressing. Try something friendlier. Something to draw them out.
I'm not known for being friendly, Doc.
I've heard. But too much pressure and they might retreat back to the dream world. Apparently, Mosaic has built quite a comforting prison in their heads.
Sounds cozy. I can see why they wouldn't want to come back into this world.
It's like breaking an addiction. You need to help them. But you have to be stern, but not so much that you drive them back.
Friendly, stern, but not too stern. Got it. What happens if this doesn't work?
Physically, he'll be fine. But every time we attempt this without him recovering, he slips further and further.
Then let's get it right the first time.
Sounds like a plan.
Look, I'm glad there's a cure, but I don't understand what you need me for.
One of the things that baffled us about the infection is that even when we cleared up all of the symptoms, the patient still wouldn't respond to external stimuli. Eventually, we discovered that a psychological connection was necessary for recovery.
Psychological connection? What do you mean?
We need someone the patient knew to help bring them back. Records show that our test subject, Nico da Silva, worked with...
You're experimenting on da Silva?
Yes. He may be a sleepwalker, but he's still an ex-com agent. That means taking risks. I'm sure he'd agree if he could communicate.
If it means bringing back De Silva, I'm in. Let's get to it. If you're right, this should be easy.
If it were easy, we would have cured it a long time ago, Carter.
Now hold still.
Looks like my time is
Not today, it isn't. He's all ready. Try talking to him.
How are you doing, pal?
Goodbye, Carter.
So we said goodbye, Carter. What can we say to that?
Come on, De Silva. It's time to wake up now.
Just leave me.
Pulse is up slightly. You're getting through to him. Go on.
Come on. It's time to wake up, De Silva.
No more war.
Come on, De Silva. You don't want to miss humanity's finest hour, do you?
Yes. Yes. Got to get up.
Keep going. Almost there.
That's right. You've got to wake up, De Silva.
Got to get up. Yes.
You can't give up now.
Carter, I had the weirdest nightmare.
You've got him, Carter. He's awake.
What happened?
We'll tell you all about it, but first, we need to get you back to health.
Nice job, Carter. Looks like you were just what he needed.
Why would we be refining Illyrium to this degree? It's far too...
Officer, I trust the infiltrator is secure.
Oh, he's been an absolute pussycat since you killed Axis. Can't tell what's gotten into him, but either way, he's secured.
Strange, but I won't complain. Just watch yourself with him.
Of course, sir. Vigilance is my watchword.
Okay, then. And how are you holding up?
Oh, that's a little more complicated.
We can't afford to take chances this close to launch. If there are any security concerns, I need to know.
Believe me, I know. And the entire security team is on high alert. Enemy is yet to find our location, but we've been putting in defenses to prepare for the day they do.
Good to know, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Security can't afford to be optimistic in something like that, sir.
I'm not sure I trust him being this quiet. He might be planning something.
I don't think so. He hasn't said a word to anyone, and he's barely eaten anything. And he's still disconnected from Mosaic.
Maybe he's sick or... hell, I don't know.
Ever since he heard you got Axis, it's like he's waiting for something.
I wonder how he'll respond if we shut down Mosaic.
When, sir? Not if. I know you'll do it.
I heard about your family troubles. Any improvement?
Oh, Percy and his team brought my girl back, along with the rest of the family. It was nice to have a chance to talk with her before the infection got too bad.
I know how tough that can be. But don't worry, she's in good hands.
Oh, I know. It's just that, well, my parents were staying with her. And they were drinking the same water she was.
Oh.
We don't know how much time they've got left. Maybe it won't even hit them, but at least they're here.
I've got to get going.
Of course, sir. Go and put an end to this war. For all of us.
William Carter, it is you.
You're not normally like this.
I am not sure. I was having visions of Axis, of origin, of my people.
Dreaming, huh?
Perhaps that is the name for it. It has been more intense since I was disconnected from Mosaic.
How are things for you here?
Some of the scientists are curious and cruel. The guard, Richard Rose. He attempts to protect me. It is appreciated, but insulting to a warrior.
Good to hear. We need your insight if we're gonna save our people, and convince them to accept your people as refugees.
I will assist you in any way I can.
You mentioned your dreams. What do you see in them?
My people, rushing forward like a tide on the ocean, surging across your world and building everywhere they touch.
Sure sounds like your war plan.
There is no stopping them. They are an endless mass. And above them all stands Origin, gleeful, turning your world into a husk, just like we did to our own.
That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna make sure of that.
I know you mean to destroy Mosaic and free us from Origin, but I fear that will not be enough.
But it'll make a difference. One step at a time. What should I expect on your homeworld?
Why would you need to know that?
Because it's time we took the fight to them.
This is a foolish thing you do, William Carter. Even the most remote parts of our home are protected.
We've taken precautions. Just tell me what to expect.
It has been so long since I saw my home. Decades of war on other planets, only sharing memories of what we fought for. Towers jutting into the sky. Gunships patrolling every sky lane, and always poison in the air, in the water, and in our minds.
I see.
Pain, William Carter. You should expect pain.
Get your rest. Sounds like you need it.
Thank you. But the visions of your planet... Perhaps, if you can stop Origin...
See if we've got anything down here.
Just how many of these fellas have you run into? It's working.
Yes. Good thing I disabled the weapon system, huh?
You really think we can realign these things in the field?
Maybe. Or at least we can learn more about their weaknesses.
Wicked we get to see the progress of the group. Illyrium, this is truly the nectar of the gods. If we can see the manufacturing this bomb, mankind will truly take a leap forward. Works, now we'll head back. Dr. Weir, Dr. Heinrich.
Ah, William. Good news, I hope? Come, come.
I was wondering about this project.
It was touch and go for a while, but the cure worked.
Excellent, excellent. If the underlying process is successful, then perhaps we can find a solution for the messes.
I sure hope so. You can't get me to be friendly to everybody in the world.
I was surprised we were able to get you to do so for even one.
Back to work.
Spring cleaning. All investigations. Cool, we must be near the end. I've got to be careful if I'm near the end.
Got our travel plans ready, Doc?
Yes. I've just finished calculating the coordinates for our strike, and I've tested the Ven gate as well as I can, given the conditions.
We won't get a second shot at this.
Well then, I suppose it's now or never.
That's a strange thing to hear coming from you.
Sometimes the best test is a live one, Carter.
Not exactly filling me with confidence there, Doc.
If it's any comfort, I'll be in the Avenger as well. Should anything go awry, I'll be ready.
So, the data from Axis gave you the coordinates you needed. Where do they point?
Most definitely. They point to a particularly isolated point in orbit around the alien homeworld.
Where exactly is the alien homeworld?
It's hard to describe precisely without a star map, but it's approximately 600 light-years away from Earth, in the Cygnus constellation.
They're a long way from home.
Planets that can sustain our kind of life are few and far between, even in an infinite universe.
You've opened other Ven gates before, right? This isn't all just theoretical.
Of course. You were there when Lawrence and I opened the first one.
That didn't exactly turn out well.
No, but it worked. And we've had success in smaller tests since then, using recovered outsider technology.
Well, that's good to hear, I think.
Of course, the real test will be transferring something as large as the Avenger. We'll see about that soon enough, though.
Any idea what we can expect to find on their homeworld?
Thankfully, the outsiders seem to have a similar environment and gravity to our own. No doubt that's why they chose Earth for their conquest. But the rest may be, as they say, quite alien.
What sort of defenses would they have?
The Avengers' stealth ability should get us past the toughest defenses, but it looks like you'll have to do the last leg of the trip on foot.
Just me and my squad in an alien base? Sounds like fun.
Their security will no doubt be fierce, but I'm happy to say it'll be limited. They apparently try to keep Origin's location secret, so they can't garrison an entire army around it.
We're gonna be relying on your work. I sure hope it makes the grade, Doctor.
As do I. You're not the only one whose life is on the line. Can't say I relish the risk of dying so far away from home, but how many scientists have a chance to see an alien world?
Don't think of it as dying far away from home. Think of it as dying to save your home.
Yes. That's much more comforting, isn't it?
Please report to Director Falk in office. Agent Carter to Director Falk.
I suppose it's time. See you in the Avenger, Carter.
Hey, Carter. You really going out in the Avenger? Things must be getting desperate out there. Report. Outsider control of Michigan's Upper Peninsula is nearly complete. Casualties minimized due to effective evacuation, but neighboring communities are...
Get those evacuation orders out, and keep the agents defending the high-profile targets.
Yes, sir. Understood. We'll keep everything running until you return.
Your inexplicable confidence is noted and appreciated, Chelsky. Well, here's Carter now.
Decontamination upon return is...
There's not a lot of time.
Understood.
Carter, good. I'm told that everything is ready.
Yes, sir.
Glad to hear it. We'll depart within the hour.
That's it?
Carter?
No speeches? Nothing to say?
This isn't the time for speeches, Carter. You know what's at stake, and you know the odds.
Yes, sir, I do.
I'd expect no less.
Don't sound so grim, old man. I'm not that easy to kill.
Every man has his limits, but if anyone can pull this off, it's you, Carter.
That's because I don't do things halfway.
And that's exactly why I picked you.
I just don't understand. Our missions have been a success.
No, your missions have been a success. If you'd call losing 2 towns and barely escaping with your objective successful. And even so, no one else has your success rate in the field.
We can get more agents, better training.
The outsiders are the ones with an endless stream of troops, not us. There's only one option. We've got to take the fight to them.
Hasn't this Origin been around for, well, forever for all we know? What if stopping him and shutting down Mosaic isn't as simple as shooting him in the head?
We've made every preparation we can with the information we have. But if that's not enough, well, you've shown a talent for thinking on your feet.
You're telling me to improvise? That's a change. What if we get there and I don't have the tools I need?
Don't worry, I've got a backup plan. But frankly, you're the best chance we've got.
Supposing we do manage to close the gates, what happens to the outsider forces on Earth?
I'm leaving a detailed battle plan. It's currently being distributed to the acting Joint Chiefs. The hope is that once we've separated our world from theirs, enemy supply lines will be cut off and the individual enemy platoons will be severed from the central command. This ought to give our military the edge they need to finish things.
Doesn't sound like you plan on being around for the cleanup.
The odds of us returning from this mission are slim. No use pretending otherwise.
I'm ready to go. I'll meet you in the Avenger.
You know what's at stake here, Carter, and you know the odds. You've survived this long. I know you're the right man for the job.